Good evening, everyone. I'm receiving so many comments that tells that you people are already in the session. I welcome you all to the live session on critical and creative thinking skills in reading literacy. This is a wonderful platform created by KVS of Agra Region for benefiting its students, and I hope all the students are taking benefit out of it, using it to the fullest. So before I bring up my task that I have brought for you people, I will first draw your focus towards the dimensions that are required for reading literacy. When you get a piece of information or a text, what are the ways through which you understand or comprehend that piece of material or that text? What are the ways that you go through it? See, when you see a text, when you find a piece of information, there are two ways basically to comprehend it. The first way is to use the content from within the text. Whatever is written, you retrieve the information. You locate the information that is directly present in the text. Few questions are based on such type of ways where you need to simply retrieve the information from the text. That is, read the text. Then there is the other way, that is interpretation. Interpretation from your broader understanding. It's somewhat called as read between the lines. What is given in the text, you need to interpret it. The content is there in the text, you need to understand it and observe it and then interpret it. Then there is again a way of understanding a text is you evaluate the text, process it in your mind by using outside knowledge that you have relevant to the text, and then you reflect upon it. So today I'm going to help you out to use these ways in order to develop critical and creative thinking when you get a piece of information or some task. So here there are a few tasks that I've got for you, and I hope you all will be ready with your answers and make the session alive. So the first task is graph on the rate of deforestation. So you see this is a graph. I hope I'm audible. Okay, so this is a graph on rate of deforestation, estimated deforestation by type of forest and time period. Now what you see in the graph is, in the vertical line, you see there is million hectares, that is area that is covered under deforestation is given. It starts from 0 million hectare and it ends to 450 million hectare. Then what you see is two colors that you see. These two colors represents two type of forest. Yellow color represents your tropical forest and green color represents your temperate forest. Then in the horizontal line, what you see is the time period given. Pre-1700 era, then 1700 to 1849, 1850 to 1919, 1920 to 1949, 1950 to 1979, 1980 to 1995, and then 1996 to 2010. So vertical line goes for your million per hectare, the area that is covered under deforestation, and your horizontal line goes for the time period. And the colors that you see, the graph that you see is for the types of forest. So I hope you have clearly analyzed the graph. I'll give you some time to look into it so that you properly understand what are the things. What is the pattern of deforestation? Now let's move to the questions. The first question is, how many million hectares of temperate forest came under deforestation in between 1996 to 2010? Now this question, it asks you to locate the information. It asks you to observe and retrieve the information from the text. So let me take you to the previous slide so that you understand which information is asked. 1996, temperate forest, the rate of deforestation or the area covered under deforestation for temperate forest. So the options are A, 100 million hectare. Option B is between 50 to 0 million hectare. Option C is 0 million hectare and option D is 400 million hectare. So I want the answers quick. Okay, Shreya says it's C, 0 million hectare. Chandrani, she's also saying C, good. Khagesh, it's A. Shreya Singh, she also says C. Those who are saying 400 million hectare, they need to again know how to retrieve the information. Option C, maximum of you are saying option C. And that's great. Yes, let's see the answer. There is full credit for option C, that is 0 million hectare. There was no color, green color shown in the graph. That means the land covered under deforestation for temperate forest was 0 million hectare. So option C is the correct. Yes. Those who have said C, that's correct. You people have retrieved the information, absolutely correct. Now let's move to the next question. The next question says, compare the level of deforestation between pre-1700 and 1996 to 2010 era. So now what this test demands out of you? This test asks you to interpret, observe and interpret the data. It's not given clearly. You have to use your understanding. I'll show you the slide again in order to make it easier for you. Okay. So you have to compare pre-1700 and 1996-2010. What was the rate of deforestation in the type of forest and the area covered? So quickly answer the questions. I'm waiting for your answers. Quick. Compare the two graphs. Compare the two datas, two time periods, pre-1700 and 1996-2010. The temperate forest deforestation, Chandrani says, and tropical forest increases in the little bit. Okay. Quick, other students, please give your answers. Pre-1700, 400 million hectare, 1996, Sakal Das, okay, fine. They are the same, Tej Narayan, are you sure? Okay. Fine, let's see the answers then. How to compare? This was based on your interpretation of the information. Now for full credit, you need to write in pre-1700 era. Okay, there is Gayatri who has written Pre-1700 temperate was largely cut, and yes, there was 0 hectare in 1996, 2010. So let's see the answer. Full credit for those who have written in pre-1700 era, million hectare of tropical forest that came under deforestation was near 20 million hectare. Tropical forest was near 20 million hectare, and temperate forest was 400 million hectare. But in between 1996 2010, it changed drastically, with tropical forest slightly above 100 million hectare and temperate forest under deforestation was almost 0 hectare, that most of you have written. Now you have to write further because this is an analysis. So you have to write, it shows the increase in rate of deforestation of tropical forest in terms of million hectare, but there is decrease in the rate of deforestation of temperate forest. Then your answer is considered to be complete. You will get full credit if you have written both the things. If you have mentioned the data as well as if you have written the analysis also, then you are going to get full credit. If you have written only figures, you will be given partial credit. And then there is no credit for any irrelevant answer. So I hope this interpretation thing, you understood how to interpret two informations. Now, let's move to question number 3, task 1. Question number 3 says, the graph presents an estimate that the rate of deforestation in temperate forest has reduced drastically. The rate of deforestation in tropical forest has increased at the end. The deforestation of temperate and tropical forest were equal during 1700 to 1919. And D, the rate of deforestation of tropical forest was maximum during 1920 to 1949. So this question again demands the interpretation. You have to observe the data that is given in the text, and then you have to interpret according to your understanding. It's not directly given, you have to make an interpretation. So in order to help you, I'll again take you to the slide, the graph, so that it's easier for you. See what the graph presents. Just take a look and try to answer the questions. Okay, there are answers coming already. B, the rate of deforestation. Shivam says B. Shaurya Pratap also saying B. The rate of deforestation of tropical forest. Jaswant Singh says A. That's good. Okay. Anjali is saying B. The rate of deforestation in tropical forest has increased at the end. Just analyze the data properly. Observe it. Most of you are saying option B. Observe it carefully. The rate of deforestation in temperate forest has reduced drastically, or the rate of deforestation in tropical forest has increased at the end. Which is more appropriate? It's good. Chandrani is saying A. Sakal Das is saying A. Poonam is saying A. Okay, let's see the answers. Let's see the answer. You will be getting full credit if you have written the rate of deforestation in temperate forest has reduced drastically. This was something which was very visible in the graph. You had to simply interpret. Rate of deforestation in tropical forest didn't increase at the end. It increased in between and then it again decreased. Okay. So when you interpret a data, you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful in observing the information. There is no partial credit and there's no credit for any other option other than A. Okay. It's good. So many students are answering. That's really very nice. You people are understanding things. Now next task, we'll move to next task, that is question number 4. Task 1. The question says, what is the purpose of depicting estimated deforestation by type of forest and time period? Now, this question demands your outside knowledge. You have to evaluate the text and then you have to process it. You have to use the relevant knowledge that you already have and then you have to reflect upon it. Okay. So the purpose of this graph, what is this graph actually depicting? What is the purpose? Quickly answer the questions. I'm waiting for your comments. We have already come to the next question, please. Focus on question number 4. Okay, Chandrani says to show that how much we affect the nature. Very good, Chandrani, very nice. To give, Tej Narayan, to give information about it. About what? To show, Mayank has written to show that how we affect the trees. Very good. This is like you people are using your outside knowledge, very relevant to the text. Sakal Das has written to tell whether deforestation has increased or decreased in the matter of time. Yes, correct. Okay. Now let's see the answer. Let's see the answer. You will be getting full credit if you have written, the purpose of the graph is to give us a view about the rate of deforestation in the area where these certain type of forests are found. The time period tells us that these areas were undergoing certain kind of change in form of industrialization and urbanization, because of which forests were cut down. So this is very important, that when the rate of industrialization and urbanization increased, the rate of deforestation increased. When there came the stability in the development, the rate of deforestation decreased. When this rate of industrialization and urbanization started, we again started cutting the trees. So this is the complete analysis, complete reflection of the text. If you have written it, you will be getting full credit. You will be getting partial credit if you have written that rate of deforestation is projected in a particular time period, as many of you have written. So when this kind of question is asked, you need to give the complete understanding that you have about the text. Now, this was our first task that was based on the information given in graph. So how to understand when some information is given through graphical representation. Now we'll come to the next task, that is in the form of an advertisement. So this task number 2 is an advertisement. As you can see, the title of the advertisement is Common Sense Demands Clean Teeth. And this is advertisement of Colgate, a very popular brand. And it's a very old advertisement, not the new one. So I'll read this advertisement for you. Common Sense Demands Clean Teeth. On the tube it's written, Colgate's Ribbon Dental Cream, delicious, antiseptic, economical. Comes out a ribbon, lies flat on the brush. Cannot roll off the brush. Your health as well as your appearance depends on keeping your teeth clean and sound. Ribbon dental cream is a great help in thus keeping the teeth in good condition. Thorough cleansing and polishing effectively. Safe, free from harmful grit. Antiseptic, checking decay germs. Wholesome, correcting acid mouth. Delicious, the flavor makes it use a treat. Convenient, comes out a ribbon, lies flat on the brush. Our instructive booklet, Oral Hygiene, is for free. So this is your advertisement I hope you have gone through the advertisement carefully. So now I'll switch to questions that are related with this advertisement. Please use those informations that I've told you. You have to retrieve information, you have to interpret properly, and then you have to evaluate and reflect upon it. This will make your thinking more critical and creative. So let's see the first question of task 2. Which product is promoted in this advertisement? It's quite an observation and very easy. So I'm waiting for the comments. Option A, Colgate toothbrush. Option B, Colgate toothpaste. Option C, beauty product. Option D, antiseptic cream. So what's the answer? Okay, Deepak says option B. Yashika, she says option B. Aishwarya, option B. Prashant, good. Okay. Dharmendra, B option, nice. Vedika Rathi, option B. So everybody, there's no doubt. Very nice. Your observation is too good. It's option B. Let's see the correct answer. You will be getting full credit. All my students got full credit for this. This option B, Colgate toothpaste. So there's nobody who will not score in this. It's everyone getting option B. Very good. Now let's move to the next question. Next question is, how is ribbon dental cream helpful in keeping teeth healthy? Now this question is very simple. It's just retrieving the information. It was already given in the advertisement that how ribbon dental cream is helping in making teeth healthy. So for your convenience, let me take you to the advertisement. Observe it carefully. How is ribbon dental cream helping in maintaining teeth healthy? So go for the answers. By cleaning our teeth, by cleaning and polishing, Aishwarya says. Chandrani says it kills the germ. Okay. Kills the teeth decay, Shreya says. Bharti says it is antiseptic. Good. Muskan says ribbon dental cream is great help in thus keeping the health. Okay, teeth in good condition. Keeping the teeth. Question is, how does it keep the teeth in good condition? It's convenient, safe, thorough. Very good, Pramesh. Very good. Okay, let's see the answer. Pramesh has written it's convenient, safe, thorough, antiseptic and wholesome. Very good. Let's see the answer. You will be getting full credit if you have written ribbon dental cream is very helpful in keeping teeth healthy by cleansing and polishing teeth thoroughly, as most of you have written. It's safe and free from harmful grit. It's antiseptic and it checks the germs decay. It corrects the acid mouths completely. Good. Shivangi has also written the same thing. It is delicious and it's convenient to use and it comes out as a ribbon. So this is your complete answer and you'll be getting full credit for this. Most of you have made good attempt at it. If you have only mentioned 2 points or 3 points, then maybe you will be getting partial credit. You will not be getting full credit. There is no credit for any irrelevant answer that you write. I hope you've understood how to retrieve the information from the given text. Now let's move to third question of task 2. Third question is, how does appearance depends on clean teeth? Now, this is something which is based on your understanding and your knowledge that you already have. Okay, so you have to evaluate and reflect upon something, some knowledge that you already have. So how is appearance depending on clean teeth? Okay, I need to know the answers. How is appearance depending on clean teeth? Chandrani says, as we smile, our teeth are shown very good. Yes, that's correct. That's something which is related to common sense also. And when you smile, the first thing that appears is teeth. So basically, appearance depends on clean teeth. Geetika, it shows cleanness. It shows your sense of hygiene. Very good. More answers. It gives us confidence, Pramesh. Yes, that's very important. If it gives you confidence, because you know that is the first thing that is projected when you speak or when you smile. Okay. Now let's see the answers. Let's see the answer. The full credit is for teeth are very important part of appearance, as the first thing that is projected when one speaks is the teeth. Clean and healthy teeth not only enhance the beauty of the smile, but also leaves a good impression about your hygiene. So this is what you people have written. Yes, Sakal has also written the same thing. People see our teeth when we speak. That affects our personality and our confidence. Very good. So you're going to get full credit for this answer. Anybody who has written that clean teeth makes us look beautiful, you will be just getting partial credit. You need to tell that it's the first thing that is projected when one speaks, or it leaves a good impression. That will be the complete answer. So see how you people have used your outside knowledge and interpreted it very nicely, reflected upon the question. For any vague answers, you will be getting no credit. Now let's move to question number 4 of task 2. Question number 4 is, how is common sense related with clean teeth? Now see, this question is again based on your broader understanding that uses your outside knowledge. For the students of 9th and 10th class, there is this question that comes in your English exam. Justify the title of the text. This is somewhat similar to it. You have to justify the title, justify the heading that was there in the advertisement. Common sense demands clean teeth. How is common sense related with clean teeth? Okay, waiting for the answers. It also represents the health of a person, Bharti says. Okay. Because clean teeth shows common sense. How? How is clean teeth related with common sense? Shows, Pramesh says, shows our knowledge about hygiene. Very good. Dipakshi says it represents the health of a person. Yes, okay. Chandrani says if we won't clean our teeth, there will be tooth decay. Okay, okay, very nice. Akriti says it represents our common sense regarding health and hygiene. Very good. Very nice answers. Very good. Now let's see the answers. What's the correct answer? So for full credit, if you have written common sense demands for clean teeth, as it is very basic thing for a person to maintain hygienic teeth, which is for good health and helps in maintaining good appearance and affects overall personality. So something which is very basic actually relates with the common sense. So this is very basic thing to maintain hygienic teeth, because this is the first thing that is reflected. It It affects our health, it affects our appearance and our overall personality. So this is how common sense relates with the clean teeth. Very good. There are students who are taking keen interest in answering, and I hope you people are really getting benefit out of these tasks. Partial credit for those students who have written that common sense demands clean teeth, that is good for health. You need to tell that it's a basic thing to maintain hygienic teeth, to maintain good health, to maintain good appearance and overall personality. If any irrelevant answer is there, there is no credit for it. So this was our task number 2, which was based on the information given in an advertisement. So when you come across an advertisement, how you need to see the text, how you need to interpret it, and how you need to understand what message that advertisement is giving you. So I hope it's useful to you. Now let's move to the third task, that is a comic strip. Now comic strips are the most appealing thing for all the age groups. And the best thing about these comic strips are that they are not only sending you some kind of message, but they also appeal to your intellect. They force you to understand the things. They force you to understand the hidden humor and hidden message that is there in the strips, comic strips. So this comic strip, I have brought 2 comic strips for you. And this comic strip is from a very popular comic character, that is Nancy. So both the comic strips are from her character only. I'll be reading this for you to make it easier for you to understand. In the first comic strip, we see Nancy sitting with laptop. What she says? Reading social media all day is making me grumpy. Then somebody from the outside, maybe the mother, she says, why don't you go outside? Nancy says, fine. And now she's taking the laptop outside, and there she's sitting again with the laptop saying, now there's a glare on my screen. So I hope you understand what message is there in this comic strip. Let's see the second comic strip. Here the teacher, she's talking to the students and she's asking, class, how was your spring break? Now Nancy, what she replies, she says, I sat around and played video games and watched TV. Teacher, she says, now Nancy, you're not going to be able to do that forever. You're not going to play video game and watch TV forever. But 2 days earlier, what do you see? What was the teacher doing? So this is your comic strip. I hope you have understood. Okay, the meaning of grumpy is feeling low, feeling dizzy. When you feel dizzy, that is grumpy. It's important for you to know the meanings to understand the real message of any comic strip or any text. Grumpy means to feel dizzy. Okay, so let's see the questions. The first question is, what common message is given in both the comic strips? Now this question needs the interpretation. It's not directly given, the message is not directly given, but it is shown to you in some form. So you have to interpret the dialogues and the images and tell the answer. What common message is given in both the comic strips? Okay, waiting for your answers. Chandrani says, we should not spend time by watching TV or mobile. It will harm our health. Very good. Very good, Chandrani. Amit says, do not watch TV, play video games more and more. Circle says that using phone is in free time is not great idea. Very good. This is what you people do. This is a great message. Not Mayank says not to overuse internet. Shivangi says don't become gadget freak. Very good. Okay. Aishwarya says should not spend much time on media and technology related things and get attached to the nature. Very good. Very nice. Vedika says all people are getting addicted to mobile phone and TV. Yes. Very good. So let's see what is the answer. You will be getting full credit if you have written both the comic strips are projecting excessive indulgence of people in gadgets like smartphones and laptop. People are wasting a lot of time on social media and not interested in enjoying nature. This is the message that we should not get overindulged in the gadgets and internet. Rather, we should go outside and enjoy the nature as well. We should get attached to our surrounding, our nature. For this answers, you will get full credit. Partial credit if you have written use of mobile phones or social media. No credit for any irrelevant answer. Most of you have written wonderful answers, and this shows that you people have very good interpretation skills. Very good. Let's move to next question of task 3. Question says, what makes Nancy feel grumpy? Now, Sakal asked me about the meaning grumpy. Now you have understood, I hope. What makes Nancy feel grumpy? This question is directly, you need to retrieve the information, locate the information in the slide, in the comic strip. Option A, doing homework on laptop. Option B, sitting inside house. Option C, reading social media all the day. Option D, sitting in the garden. What's making her grumpy? Option C. Very good. Akriti, Vedika, Shreya, Majid. Nice. Ramesh. Option C. Now, again, this is some question where nobody is going to get no credit. All of you have got full credit. You are good at retrieving information, finding out the information. Very good. Option C is reading social media all the day. This was the first dialogue that she speaks, that reading social media all the day makes me feel grumpy. You will get no credit for any other option. Now let's move to the next question. Next question says, how was the teacher's teachings different from her own action in second comic strip? Now this question demands your interpretation, how you interpret something that is given there in front of you. The information is given in the form of dialogue and picture. How do you interpret it according to your broader understanding? Let's see the slide again. How is the teacher's teaching different from her own actions? So in the second slide, you see what the teacher teaches and what she is doing herself. So please answer how the teacher's teachings are different from her own action. Quickly, students, I'm waiting for your replies. Aishwarya says, as she herself is using media and asking her students not to do the same kind of, it's a juxtaposition. Ramesh, he is also saying the same thing. Teacher is watching TV 2 days earlier and then she asked the questions from children. Very good. Yes. Suraj says teacher herself was on social media. She was social media addict. Shreya is saying she is doing the same mistake that she is telling students not to do. Okay, so those who have written both the things, that is teacher's teaching and the difference of her own action, they are going to get full credit. But those who have written that only one part of the answer, either her teaching or they have only written her action, only one part, they'll be getting partial credit. You will be getting no credit for any irrelevant answer. Now let's move to question number 4 of this task. Question number 4 is, in your opinion, what are the disadvantages of excessive use of smartphones, video games, and television? This question is based on your broader understanding and outside knowledge. So you have to evaluate the text, use your outside knowledge that is relevant to the text, and reflect upon it. This is that sort of question which is asked in your text related to your value-based questions. In your literature section also, you have these kind of questions which is based on your broader understanding, on your outside knowledge. So you have to use that knowledge and write the answer for this. Waiting for the comments. What are the disadvantages of excessive use of smartphones, video games, and television? Mayank says it affects on health and eyes. Siddharth says your body gets badly affected and you are separated from your family and nature. Very good. Very good. All the aspects covered. Harmful for the eyes, Nana says. She says wasting time. Okay. Okay. Muskan says more use of social media affect your eyes. Okay. Many health problems, Anushka says. Aishwarya says you will be disconnected. There will be health issues. Okay. We get addicted and it distracts us from our goal. Very good. Because Siddharth says your body get okay. So let's see the answer. What is the answer for this question? The answer says you'll be getting full credit if you have written excessive use of smartphones, video games, and television, or any other type of gadget can lead to many medical problems such as poor eyesight. It also disconnects us from outside world as many of you have said, from your families, stops us from enjoying the nature, which gradually makes our personality dull. So if you see the answer, there are three things that are required. From three perceptions you are giving the answer. One is the medical point of view. The other is social point of view, where you get disconnected with your family, with your friends, okay, with the nature. There is emotional point of view also. You waste a lot of time, you get disconnected with family, you feel emotional crisis. Online, you have a lot of friends, maybe on social media, but really you don't have friends. So all these things, if you have mentioned all those three aspects, you will be getting full credit. If you have mentioned any one or two aspect, like if you have mentioned poor eyesight or health condition, or if you have only mentioned that you will be cut off from the nature or wasting time or distracting from the goal, if you have written only one or 2 points, not covering all the three aspects, you will be marked partially. You will get partial credit for this. And there will be no credit for any irrelevant answer. So students, this was our session for the day. And I really thank you all for participating so actively and making this session really live. I hope my tasks would have helped you in developing your creative and critical thinking in reading literacy. And thank you for sparing your time.